So hi guys, how are you doing? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Stasha Moigai family. Yes, welcome. Wo- Home. Do I call it home? Yes, it's home. You know what I mean? So it's story time again. Yes, it's story time again. Last time I gave a story on how I got my first boyfriend. Yes. So today, um, I have this sweet story. Uh, in the time of in the time of what do I call it? High school or schooling. High schooling life. You people know how life high school life was interesting. It used to be so good and so lively. Like anytime anything was happening, it was just so cool, so fun, and so fantastic. So this guy comes to school. In high school, I was a member of the CU, the Christian Union. And being the member of a Christian, I was not only a member, I was an official in the Christian Union. And it came a time where I really had this passion for God. I had this passion of being a minister, being a preacher, actually, to be specific. Like, I really did. So, anything concerning CU, I was into it so bad. So, kuingia high school, I was hooked up. The first day I got there, I had this mother guide who was a suture lady, and she really pushed me to doing what I feel good or feel comfortable in doing in Christian Union services, and I was so much of the prayer side, or a prayer warrior rather. And slowly it got into me singing, praising, everything that is in the CU. So it came a time we had the CU rallies. So one day a group from Nairobi came. It was the Nairobi University. A group from Nairobi University came, and they were in the CU as well, in the university, that is. So they came to hold a wicked challenge in our school. And being in the official team, obviously I was there to make arrangements, know what was to be done and what not to be done. And I used to relate so well with those people. I would have conversations, deep conversation, talks. They would advise me, they would talk to me. Like anybody, like literally anybody would come to me talking anything concerning Christianity, and anything concerning the Bible, anything concerning being a preacher. Oh my God, you are my best friend. I used to hook up with those people so much. So I was so good. I flew in so well. I was so committed. I was so perfect in everything I did. Okay, not really like purely perfect, but at least I delivered something that was reasonable. And I remember being chosen as a CU assistant prayer coordinator as early as in Form 1. That was so young. And mind you, oh my God, I was this tiny, 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 tiny girl. Like I was so little. I don't want to call myself little. Nilikuwa kadogo. So you wouldn't imagine me standing in the pulpit and uh, talking to these people. But it happened. And having been chosen to do that, that took on, and it proceeded for the longest time. Form 2, Form 3, until until Form 4, I think. So it came a time I really needed to know more about what happens in the weekend challenges. And mind you, I never missed any weekend challenge outside our school. If they planned any weekend challenge within any surrounding, I was the first person to know whether there is a letter that came for invitation inviting us to go for a weekend challenge. And thanks to my mom, because I never lacked that cash to go to pay, because we used to pay some cash for the same. I never lacked that. I used to visit so many places, and I met this guy in one of the schools, and this guy was so into the word that he was so deep into it. Man, like, you would sit down with this guy 2, 3, 4 hours non-stop, nothing else apart from the word, nothing else apart from, yes, you know what I mean about the gospel. Yes, that's what he would do. And my people, I really like had that desire to be like, any could you speak with courage, you speak quoting Bible verses, you speak referring to Bible stories and exactly Bible verse, any that kind of a thing. I really admired that. But then it came a time the worst happened, and I don't know, it really, like, it had not clicked into my mind that this guy, or these people who are doing these things are also in the same world like any other person out there. Mind you, I've grown up in church. I've been brought up in church. I've been brought up in a field whereby I would do what do you call them, Bible studies and the rest. So mimi kwangu church was everything. So this guy, tuko shule tunapata story, sijui kuna jamaa alipatikana kwa shule ya madem, na mademu walimshika wakampiga. I won't mention the girls school name, but it was a girls school name. It was a girls school. Chali alipatikana kwa domo amelala chini ya bed. So after following up, it was like this guy had planned earlier before what to do. Remember, they had had a weekend challenge in the same school in a month's time, and this time round, this guy is found under the bed. Oh my God, what a horrible thing. What a horrible thing. And who does that? Any we human beings, saa zingine sijui what comes into our minds. I don't know, sijui tamaa inakuanga ya nini, sijui tunekanga tamaa mbele kwa sababu gani. I really don't understand. But this guy was found there. The girls were so angry, they fought him, they tied him until actually he was rescued by the watchman of the school, because the girls were so ready to kill him. They knew he was nothing but an enemy to them. When I got this news, at first I never thought it was anybody that I would ever know, or maybe anybody that could click into my mind that I know. But when this story is like heated really proper all around, and the surrounding, the schools within us, and to an extent we had the photo, I was shocked. Like, what? This is the same guy who has been preaching to me, talking to me, advising me, telling me all good about Christianity, all good things about being in a Bible school, about what I need to do to be there. And I really inspired whatever he was telling me. And right now ameshikwa ameshikwa chini ya bed, na si bed ya nje, ni bed ya dom. That means this guy had planned his way in, enye watu hawakujua. So after the follow up of the story, it happened that of course one of the girls alikuwa amemsneak in the intention of sleepover. And this thing like really killed me inside. I call it kill, or it really any I don't know, it just lowered something that was so high in me. It just lowered that inner spirit, inner highs, the spirit was in me for gospel and everything. It was just so high, and I was like, oh, if this is the kind of person I'm looking up to, and this is what he has to offer, what of me? And I'm just here growing, coming up. Come to Form 4, when I was doing my Form 4, my dad got ill, and all I would do was to pray, because after all I would not offer anything to him. He was in Kenyatta National Hospital in ICU, and for the longest time I had never seen my dad sick. I had never seen my dad in a bad situation. And I am the one who convinced my dad to getting saved or getting born again. I'm the one who made him like make that decision. So you can imagine the kind of conversation we had, how close I was with my dad, to an extent of convincing him to do that. At that age, of course, my dad was old. He was old, I may say, because by the time he was dying, he was clicking 60, I think. Yes, he was clicking 60, so he was old. And making him to make that decision, it was clearly we had some good connection. So this time he's in hospital, and all he needed was prayers. I remember him sending my mom to come and pick me from school to just go and say a word of prayer with him, which I did. I went there, we prayed, and he was okay. He just immediately, actually, after praying, he left the bed. Like he rose, not actually, like he was sleeping on this side. He just turned like this. And by the time I was leaving, because time ya kutoka ilipofika watu wanaanza kufukuzwa, but he insisted that I shouldn't leave. And by the time I was leaving that place, it was like 4 hours. But those 4 hours, I left my dad walking. Like walking, literally. Mtu alikuwa haongei na watu. He would talk one word and he's done. Remember, he's in the machine still. He's in the incubator. He's just there fighting for his life. But within 4 hours, Dad gave me a push. Like he literally left that thing, because after some time aliniambia niite the nurses wakuja wamtoe, and the things were removed. Alafu akashuka akakalia bed. We talked. We had a juice. Kuna juice nilikuwa nimebeba. We had it, tukadrink pamoja, and we walked. So this time that I'm busy here praying and talking to Dad, this guy comes into my mind, and I'm like, I didn't need to share this story with Dad. But then again, I thought, no, I won't share it with him. I might share it with him, and then it becomes a rap. And so this guy, no, Dad told me he needed to leave and go home. So I should continue praying with him and continue praying for him. And I didn't go back to school that day. I went home. Going home, obviously I continued praying for my dad, and little by little I had the urge leaving me, like this passion, like it was any day in, day out, it's just going down. The urge to serve, the urge to pray, the urge, any every time I'll just sit and remember this guy, how would continue he talk to me, how he would advise me, how they came for the weekend challenge, how it was awesome. And mind you, it was not the first time they had come. They had come several times. So in my mind, I was like, these guys, do they just go for weekend challenge for the such scenarios? Because for him to have taken that point, or to have taken that risk of going under the bed to hide so that the rest can leave the dormitory and they be left with that lady, obviously it was not the first time. He had done it several times. So nilikuwa nimechanganyikiwa, nilikuwa sijui should I continue serving, should I continue any, I don't know. I was just in a mix. And I really fought within me. I really struggled, and up to the date I really struggle. It really drained me off from this Christianity. It really drained my passion. It really discouraged me. And when I had this opportunity of having my dad to, and praying for my dad, well, I will still do it. But then after that, I was just, no, it was not the right thing, because I felt my direction was wrong at that particular moment, because the people I was looking up to, they kind of disappointed me. Yeah, they disappointed me. And this was a very big lesson to me. Anytime you desire to do something, anytime you feel the urge to do something, anytime you feel there is that passion in you, you feel like you really need to do something, go for it. And go for it in this way. Don't look up to someone who did it and succeeded. Don't look up to something that happened to someone and through that they succeeded. Because in one or the other, you might get overjoyed, you might get a discouragement, you might get I don't know what to call it, but I've really learned a lesson. Up until date, I never look up to anyone to do anything I want in life. The way we say we have role models, the way we say we have people we look up to, the way we say we have someone I want to be like so and so, and I never do it. Like, if I need to do something, I go for it. If I need to do something, I go for it. Yes, go for what you feel is good for you. Go for what you think will make you whom you want to be. Because our lies lies in our hands. And it is us that control it. It is us that decide. The action starts from the brain. So the moment you think, you're already into it. Before it comes out of your mouth, or before it comes out as an action, it's already in your brain. So go for whatever feeds you with the right thing to do. Usikimbilie kusema unaangalia mtu, or you look up to someone. You might get disappointed. You might get not what you really wanted to. And the moment you get disappointed by someone you really looked up to, trust me, there will never be a pinch of that. There will never be a pinch of it inside you again. The space will be gone. and that will be it. So that's my story. I hope you learned something. I hope you got something, at least something that is useful, at least something that can help you in a situation or anything in your life. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video. If it has helped you, please give it a thumbs up, share, comment, give me a comment, tell me, yeah, this is right, this is wrong, we're not supposed to do this, and yeah, we are good to go. And sio lazima ukue star, no, sio lazima ukue famous for you to be a star. You can be a star and the fame comes later on. So peace, I love you guys. Subscribe.